On this episode of Pimp My Setup, I'm going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 193, recorded live on February 16, 2017. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly, and as always, we are joined by producer Tom.
What's up, guys?
That's all you got?
I can't think of it.
That's all you got?
At least Valentine's Day, it's something to say, but
yeah, true. That's cool. It's cool. Hope everybody is doing well. Halfway through February. Actually, February is not even a full 30 or 31 days, so we are more than halfway through, which is crazy. A little bit of information if you want to check out the schedule for the live streams. Go to swashintv/schedule. You're going to see something called Tom Takeover. I'm going to be going on vacation in like 2 weeks, and Tom's going to have at least 3, maybe 4 shows that he will host with himself or maybe even with a guest. So stay tuned for that. Also join our Discord, discord.gg/Matt. You get a special role and all that if you're a Twitch subscriber. And if you have Amazon Prime, you go to Tip Prime, you go to twitchprime.com, link up your Amazon and get a free subscription every 30 days. You can subscribe to our Twitch and we do appreciate it. So definitely make sure you do that. If you want to submit your setup, go to pimpmysetup.com/Q. If you want to join the Setup Addicts Facebook group, setupaddicts.com is going to go right to that page for you. And then I guess if you want to get on the next episode and not wait until November, because we're now booked up to episode 309, something like that. Yeah. So if you want to skip the line, go to pimpmysetup.com/perks and get a fast pass. But yeah, okay, that's all we got for now. So first setup of the day is submitted by Kristoffer, and Kristoffer is 16. He says that he mainly uses this setup for gaming, and he definitely does. I mean, this dude's got a motherboard on his wall. He's automatically a badass. Really, though, I think it's very unique. You know, he's got himself some stuff hung up. He's got a CPU cooler headphone stand. Where have we seen that before? Nowhere. This dude is cutting edge. Am I right? Really, though, it's a very unique attempt at like a single monitor setup. I like it. You know, you go to that photo for cable management and you see it's straightforward, right through the Signum, you know, boom, it works. What are you going to do? So I like that. And then the third photo, I mean, the shelves are cool. Obviously, the usability, maybe not, you know, you're right up against it. So using the bottom 2 for books is going to be pretty hard. But again, it's books. You're not using it, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, yeah, so I think it's cool, but I'm not a fan of having the headphone box, especially when your headphones are right there, homie. I think we know. Same with the graphics cards box. The PSP box, that's cool because it's linked up with the Game Boy, so obviously you like collecting, you have some old school stuff. And then the shelf above is like super empty, so it's just weird. I think you need to find the right balance, you know, kind of make it where it's not like my shelves. My shelves are stuffed for a reason. You know, that's for the show. It's just like to give something else to just look at other than me. But for a setup, I would say probably condense. Well, for you, add and keep it condensed. Don't go a little too crazy. I think it's really nice though. It's simple. It's to the point. You know, we don't get like that far back photo that I would really like to see. But we know that there's art above that does match the red. So that's cool. And it is simple. It's nice. I think if you really want to take it to the next level, painting the shelf on the left side is going to be sick. Going to be a lot of work. May not even be worth it. But I think if it was black, it would look really nice. Especially since you have white drawers, the wood just kind of doesn't fit in at all. So had it been a white shelf, cool. But black, I think would look really sick. And you can also get some LEDs for them. And then what's the... I'm trying to zoom in. Is that just a blue box on the floor? It's just like
it looks like just a container of some sort.
What the hell, man? I mean, you just gotta get rid of that. Unless it was, you know, had the most sacred thing in the world.
Maybe it's like a toolbox that he like brings to work.
Because he's a tool?
No, I didn't say that.
you were getting at that. Just kidding. But really, I like it. I think it's not bad. Like, yeah, of course, cable management, it's hidden, so it's good. But you could, if you really wanted to have them quote unquote managed, you could put a lot more time into that and it would look a lot prettier and a lot more simple under there. But I like that you had such a small corner of the room and you did a wonderful job with it. Not a bad setup at all, Kristoffer, and you're 16, so kudos to you. What do you think, Tom? You like it?
I mean, I think I should get rid of the shelf and then maybe put floating shelves along that wall and put the stuff that you actually like on there.
That's true. Yeah, you don't need the books.
Yeah, the books I'm pretty sure you don't look at on a daily basis.
donate
so
them.
I just, or put them somewhere else in your house.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea, actually, because then he gets more room to go against the wall.
Yeah.
And then he could also get an extra Alex drawer or something like that, put the PC on it, get a little more breathing room. And the floating shelves will look cool because, like I said, it's a very simple shelf, like camera, pop vinyls, Game Boy. Like, you could definitely fill it up and make it look a lot nicer on single shelves. Good idea. I like that. Next setup of the day is submitted by Daniel. He's 26 and he used the setup for his YouTube channel where he does gaming and other things. His YouTube is Weasel Bandit. And yeah, there's a portrait photo. And we have a very strict rule for no portrait photos.
It's a little fatter portrait photo.
Yeah, it's not super portrait.
Those are the pictures I have trouble with. I'm like, I don't know if they're big enough.
We don't want anything like that. If we get black bars, then go home. You know what I'm saying? We want that. We want a 16:9, maybe even a 21:9, you know, if you got some panoramic shit going on. But here's the thing, right? I'm just... So the first thing I noticed, and I'm sure a lot of people notice, is... Okay, stay on that photo, actually. He's got double garbage can. And before you go and say, this dude's trash, it's actually because he likes to recycle. So not only is he trash, he's kind of a nerd. I'm just kidding. That's good that you recycle, but it looks ugly and it takes up a big...
Yeah, you usually do that in your kitchen or like something like that.
You must be really lazy to like have to recycle next to your desk. But yeah, I definitely think move that elsewhere. It's a big distraction. The other thing is you see the speakers. I mean, first off, buddy, the subwoofer does not go on the desk. And the two speakers are not supposed to be dry humping on the right side of your desk. So obviously a lot of people probably notice that. And in his email, which I'm happy he said this, doesn't change the fact that I butchered his score for it, but he said that he doesn't use the speakers unless guests are over. So here's I like that I can stand up. I can walk around and scream a little bit more than I normally would. But here's a crazy idea. Why don't you just have them set up all the time? Like, oh shit, a guest coming up. I gotta do this. Like,
he has a room for it.
Yeah, just leave him up. What's the deal? What are you doing? I don't know. Unless he like, I mean, the reason I don't think he does what I'm about to say is because if you look, the subwoofer has the LED on, which means they're plugged in. So please don't tell me you actually use them. Like when guests come over, you just leave them like that because that's stupid. But I was thinking, oh, maybe he like leaves them there and then brings them to the room that he's like, you know, with the guests in. But no, it's plugged in. So dude, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? I just, oh god. But yeah, so the monitor usage, I don't think is really that nice. You know, excluding the TV, of course, which is too damn high. Bezel's fatter than your mom. No wire mold. What are you even doing on the show? But the monitors itself, I feel like it's literally big, small, big bezel. Well, still a pretty big bezel on the other one, but not really. It's okay. But I just feel like there's no obvious primary display. You know what I mean? It's almost like, oh, I use both, but they're not completely touching, and one looks like just super off. Like it looks weird. So I don't know about you, Tom. Do you think that there's a primary display here?
I would feel like he's using the left display,
which
just
should
because
be
it's
dead
closer
on
to him, and he's like kind of like, I don't know. It just feels like he's closer to that where his off screen is the right screen. But I would just get rid of the right screen if you're going that far already.
Also, here's the thing: the monitors look too far up. I feel like they could go back a little bit more. And in addition to that, if you're doing primary, secondary, okay, here's the thing: if you're doing primary, secondary, the one monitor needs to be dead center of you, no angle or anything like that, and then the other one needs to be at the big angle. If you're doing dual monitors where you're not a gamer or anything like that, and you're just basically like looking straight at both displays at all times, the bezel has to meet in the middle of your eyes. That's kind of how that works. So that's why people usually say, I hate when they do that because the bezels are so thin. So you got to decide, primary or secondary. Either way, you're doing it wrong. But I'm sure you use it all the time, so you kind of like it. But these are just suggestions, friendly suggestions, right? And he also says that he does use it for gaming. So that's why I'm kind of like, what are you doing, man? Oh, God. But yeah, I think, you know, someone in the chat, I hate when people say this because it's really the most absurd thing ever. Maybe he doesn't have enough resources to get good things and he's working with what he has. No shit. I'm telling him what to fix with what he has.
Yeah.
He literally has everything he needs. Did I say at any point, Tom, to buy something new?
No, he just wants to move stuff around. That's all. Speakers move to the right spot and the monitors move to the right spot.
Yeah, it's like, bro, nothing I said will cost him money other than maybe getting a wire mold. And, you know, like, come on.
Yeah, you can upgrade your monitors and your TV, but that's not even necessary.
Yeah, it's just, it's frustrating when people say stupid shit like that.
And I think the headphone stand is like great. You have a headphone stand, but don't put it up on top of your PC.
Yeah,
that's not usable at all.
Yeah, good point. And then, of course, I think me and Tom would agree there's no theme.
No.
Other than you like speakers in the worst position.
I mean, the countertop is pretty cool, but...
Yeah, I think, I forget which one that is, but it is from IKEA. But I don't think that one is 100% wood. And, you know... You need that wood. Anyways, let's go to the next setup. My favorite one of the day, because for many reasons. Obviously, it's not perfect, but just, you know, listen to me real quick. All right, so this is Joe's setup. He's 16. Now, first things first, the desk is custom built, meant to match in between the two door frames, you know, just kind of slip on in there, which is cool. Still have a little bit of a problem with that, but we'll get to that in a second. And, you know, he said he feels like he's lacking theme and basically wants to know what he can do. But in his email, he also said that the PC, right? The PC is not a problem for his legs. Boy, do you think I'm dumb. Do you think I'm actually that dumb? No.
Are those foot smudges?
I really hope not. I get what you're going for. You don't have the room to put it left or right of the desk. It becomes, you know, an annoyance to have it in front of a door. But dude, your legs, bro. Unless you're sitting really far away from the desk, or you have your legs like swept out to the side, like, hey everybody, how you doing? Like, yeah, obviously, like, did I say boo? I meant to say bro. Today is just a big problem. Obviously, bro, that's not a good spot. So really not too.
And it's tough because he made a custom desk.
I know. So this is what I was going to say.
He doesn't use the shelves, and he doesn't.
Wait, that's a good point. The shelves, they're not used at all. So what's the point of putting so many damn shelves? Well, yeah. I was going to say, why not have left or right with no shelves, and you put the PC in there? Oh my God, that's a smart idea. But now I can't tell if he did like a panoramic or not, but it does look like in the photo we were just on that it's getting a little bit of a smile, a little bit of a curve. Because think about that, Tom. There's a triple monitor arm. All the weight of those monitors are going down on that midpoint. And it doesn't look like there's anything really bracing it.
No.
So I think it is actually pushing down. It's not just the camera.
No, it looks like it.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, there's a spider right here. Ah! Oh, shit. That was a bad idea. I hate spiders, guys. No, I'm good. I'll beat you up, bitch. Anyways, back to the setup. You know, the speakers, yeah, sure. They're good. They just kind of look like they're like he had to like pry them in there and kind of lube them up and, you know, pop them on in. But yeah, I can't tell. I would assume since he built the desk, it's probably fine. You know what I mean? But I would just be a little aware of that. Now, the monitors look great. He said that he had to do a VESA mount hack because they don't have VESA mounts on them, which I think is great. I've done a video on how to do that with specific monitors before. Looks good. Really nice monitors. I love how you aligned it. Really hard to do with the triple monitor arm, so kudos there. You know, the stuff on the shelf above is cool because it has a lot of value to them. The stuff in the bottle, it actually is full of Mediterranean Sea sand, which is cool from a trip he did. And apparently the other bottle has some sort of like connection. I don't know. But it's just cool because that's all stuff he loves. You know what I mean? And he also said he took all those photos that are on his wall. That's theme right there, man. Like you have stuff from your vacations and trips and stuff. That's theme. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be pop vinyls. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything specific in posters or whatever. This is you. And, you know, the entertainment setup is also custom built by him. And he sticker bombed it the top for himself, which I thought was cool. You know, sometimes it looks like shit. It actually looks really nice there. So, not bad. He's got the GameCube and all that. It's a really nice, you know, I guess you could say arrangement. It's good. It works. It's nice. But obvious things to fix would really, you got to get accessories in there. I think that your accessory is good because you have LEDs, speakers, blah, blah, blah. But I think you're missing, it looks underwhelming if you look at the desk and only the desk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think move the PC, get rid of the shelves on the left side or something like that, put the PC there, and a lot of your problems will be fixed. Tom, how do you feel about it?
I just don't know how the structure of the desk is. I don't know if like the shelving is like part of the structure or not. I mean, it shouldn't be, but I would just take that into account maybe. But it's just a desk, really. I mean, because of your leg room and all that, it makes it seem like much more tight. And fitting it between two doors is kind of tough, but you made it work in a way because it's not blocking the doors technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this, what Matt said.
Yeah, and someone said headphones. That's another good point.
Yeah.
Someone said the rug looks like something my nan has. Yeah, I mean, it does look a little bit old, but maybe that's his style. It kind of fits the room. Yeah, I don't hate it.
The furniture, yeah.
Yeah. So really nice setup from a 16-year-old. Now let's go to a 14-year-old. His name is Kai. We don't know much about him other than the fact that this dude likes red. He likes cars. And my God, you need to clean up. This is the problem, right? This is something I talk about pretty often. You can see in the third photo is cable management. Like, okay, you got everything mounted to the top. It's going down where the legs are. But it could be done better. It could be done in a nicer fashion, and it would help a lot. It kind of sucks with the placement of the outlets. So, like, that's just how that is. But, cable management, whatever. Theme, amazing. Look at all the red. Look at how it all flows. The car, everything. Super cool. Cool. Accessories, yeah. I mean, he's got some cool stuff. He's got speakers. He's got, like, all the things you could possibly need. Congratulations. Good job. Out of sight, out of mind. No, not good. This is the most frustrating part because, again, this isn't going to cost you a damn thing, all right? Unless you want to get a new desk that I think would actually benefit you if it was an L desk and filled up that corner, because everything will kind of go together. You get some storage, and then you take off that whiteboard and get shelves and put stuff up there. Would look awesome. But if you don't want to get a new desk, it's a very easy fix. You have to buy a flamethrower and set it all on fire. No,
he's got nice stuff. It's just literally, you have to go from left to right. Like, I don't need this.
Yeah, well, I would say, honestly, other than the computer and the monitors and stuff, take everything off. Start fresh. Decide, is this good? Oh, if it is, I'll keep it. And guess what? Either way, I'd still get rid of the whiteboard because it doesn't look like you even use the damn thing. And I also just put shelves there because you have a lot of cool knickknacks and little things that would look really nice. You have the shelf in the corner, but it's being blocked by your case anyway, and it's full of boxes of computer parts. Nobody cares. Nobody, that you're really kind of ruining the idea of having the shelf in the first place. So the artwork behind the monitor is completely pointless, doesn't really match, doesn't really fit what you're going for. So I really think condense. Remove stuff you don't need. Obviously, that's what condense means.
Just keep.
I am a dictionary. Yeah. Like the art above, super cool. The color theme, super cool. Just seriously, get rid of the crap you don't need. Get some shelves, and eventually, you don't have to do this right away. I get an L desk, and you have the perfect room for it. And you'd be able to have the laptop on one part on the right. Your monitors could basically stay where they are. You have the corner will be a display specifically for your PC, which looks awesome. And you'll have a lot more breathing room for everything. And I think if you do that, this will be an insanely high scoring setup. So you know what I mean, T?
Yeah, no, it's a very easy fix without having to cost any money whatsoever. You just do what Matt said, clear all that stuff off. Yeah. Super easy.
But you like the theme and everything?
The theme's awesome. The red is awesome, and it flows. Like, it's not like, oh, he has blue like peripherals and all that. He has all red. He knew what he wanted to do. So, yeah.
And a new desk could also help with your cables. That's what I'll say, because the placement of your outlets and everything is being a bit of an issue. If you get yourself a new desk, it could be beneficial for that. That's what I'll say. But you have the idea of cable management, but you got to like fine tune it, Velcro it up, make it look pretty. Next up is another black and red setup, and the photos are from like 30 years ago because they're like super low quality, but at least you could, I think if you double tap it'll zoom in a bit. I don't know how far in, but yeah, so with this setup submitted by Frederico, is that how you say it? Yeah, Frederico. He's 20 years old, and another black and red setup, another setup that will get a great score if it fixed a few things here and there. Now the tile, I don't think I've ever seen that like in a room. Like, I'm not really like the house guy. I don't know all that stuff, but I feel like isn't it like a bathroom kind of feature?
Yeah, it's like half kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like interesting. I like it. It works. It's nice. Other than the fact that you have that white thing. What is that? It's like a switch or something, whatever it is. It's just really couldn't be like a few inches up. Like, it just kind of looks like a major cut into it. But this, again, straight to the point. It's black, red, PC off to the left, headphone arm, all that stuff, really nice. Cool case, looks good. The desk, yeah, it looks a little bit older, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I think that you have a huge room and could definitely upgrade and get a longer desk and have the PC displayed a little bit nicer, because, yeah, the PC is great where it is and didn't hurt your score, but it's a beautiful case with a nice side window, so I think you could really show that off in the corner as well. It would look really nice. But if you want to keep this desk, I would say the only thing I'd really do to it is probably take off the knobs and like spray paint them red or something. You know, easy, pop them on when you finish, and it will look nice. I feel like the color now is just a little out there, but I think usability and everything like that seems to be pretty good, straight to the point, nice. Not really a full-on cable management shot. I would assume it's like not awful, but it's so contrasted, and you know, it looks good. Coming out of speakers looks a little bit like you have him going in a specific direction, and he's got the mouse bungee on it, so it looks like you did a good job with it. The only thing is really theme. You know, you're going black and red. You got points for that, of course. But the wall, I mean, that's your empty canvas. You got to follow through, finish it. And if you did that, it would look really good. So, what do you think, Tom?
I mean, you basically said everything. There's really nothing else to say. There's all the points were hit, basically.
Thanks, Tom. He's always telling me I do a great job. I appreciate it. Next set of the day, submitted by Alex. He's 16. He travels a lot, so he uses his laptop, which I think is just a Microsoft Surface, because I see like I think it is. But yeah, so let's see. He wants me to be harsh. Like literally in all capitals was like, be harsh, bitch. And I was like, whoa. When he said bitch, I was like, all right, you want to play that game? Let's do it. He didn't actually say bitch. He said that he needs something to improve. He's like really looking for something to do, which trust me, I have a lot to do with it. And he said that he feels like he's lacking theme. And yes, you are, until you see the third photo where I'm like, oh, you have shit on the wall. It didn't look like you did. It looked really empty. The wall looks sick as hell, man. Like, why don't you show an actual straight on photo of it? I'm a bit confused with that. You know, you have the clock. It looks like probably 4 pieces of art surrounding it. You have stuff. Real men use duct tape. I don't know about that. It's some cool stuff. I'm not a fan of the LEDs at the top around the whole wall. You know, you don't want to see the bare LED, but if you like it, if you think it at night sets the mood, you know what I'm saying, you get a lady over, then yeah, go for it. But here's the thing, like, I just wish you sent a better photo. This stuff on the wall maybe looks a little too high up, and that's maybe the issue. And maybe a little too cramped together. Like the clock looks like, damn, I got claustrophobia, boy, get me out of here. But I think for the most part, the wall is set. Maybe just give it a little more breathing room, like bring stuff down a notch. But looking at the rest of the setup, like that photo specifically, the cable management is almost perfect. Of course, you have that one outlet. It's kind of hard to work with. But maybe like I didn't get like a full underpick. Maybe I did. I didn't really think about it. But those cables are swooping through. Not the end of the world. They're managed nonetheless, which I think is fine. Now, really, I think it's just the placement of things and the accessories that you need to work on. It looks like very oddly pushed over to the right side. I get it. You need space for the laptop and whatnot, but I think it's easy to fix. I think bringing the keyboard over and having like an extended mouse pad would make it look a lot nicer right off the bat. But also the Xbox One S can actually be mounted to the underside of your desk or even on the wall on the bottom. You know, doing so will free up a lot of room. And I feel like although the Xbox One S is cool, you're showing the back, you're showing the bottom of it, you know, which is weird. I'd rather show off the white side. And it's hard regardless because you're going to see the other side of it through the mirror. Kind of reminds me of my parents' room. They have like a mirror right up against the one wall. It's like the whole damn wall. So I do think if you mounted that, it would free up. It would look a little bit nicer. It's hard with the laptop, but if you're not actually utilizing the screen while at your house, you come up with like a docking station, something like that. Maybe even something you slide it under your desk and it'll still plug into everything and look really, really nice. But the monitor, all that stuff's nice. Speakers, headphones, these are things he adds to the list. If you want to go for a color theme, you want to pop a little bit more into it, you get a little bit like pop vinyl or just a little something on the desk to kind of be like, here's some color. You know, we see salt lamps, we see colored bulbs, just all those different things. You add them into the setup and it gives it a bit of life. So I think the room is awesome, but I think that the actual desk itself is lacking love. It's lacking accessories. It's just not really, It's just there. And it's great. It's usable. It's clean. That's important. But if you want something to fix, gotta, ooh, you know what I'm saying? So what do you think, Tom? You agree with that? Or
Yeah. I mean, you need to use more of the desk because it's like so empty for the most part. Like, yes, getting that extended mouse mat will definitely help. Yeah, just fill up more of the desk because it's pretty empty on there.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, I can't think of anything else for him. So let's go to the final setup. One of the most aggravating, confusing, like such a easy way to get 100, yet he just butchered it. Setup submitted by Bass or something like that. Boss, 17 years old, mainly uses setup for graphic design, gaming, and such. And I'm happy he said this. He wants to wall mount the monitors to fix the angling of the side ones. Thank God you said that, because the first time I saw this, I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, because like they're big, nice, good monitors, and they're flat as hell. Don't tell me you can see the left or the right screen completely at a usable angle, sitting, looking at the main one. You know what I mean? Just odd, off, doesn't make sense. So it's hard. Here's the problem: you bought monitors too big for your setup. The desk isn't big enough. And really, I would say the main issue is you're trying to put the computer to the right side. So you have to decide: do you want the computer on the desk or do you want usable monitors? And what I mean by that is you need to put the computer either on a piece to the left where the lamp is or on the floor, even though it's a beautiful case. Because look at where you actually mounted the stands for the riser for your monitors. It's all the way to the far left. But then if you look at the first photo and you look at the right side where the PC is, I don't know if it goes all the way. I think it does. But like, then it hurts your PC. You know what I mean? Because your PC is shoved up and the cables are poking out. So you got to kind of find a balance. And by getting rid of the PC, you could center the monitors a little bit more, wall mount them, bring them up a bit, and it will look really, really nice. So by doing so, that will help a lot. G Fuel, I mean, come on, man. That's just like random shit to have on your desk. And same with the shelving. I say this all the time. I like what you're going for, but here's the thing. The shelf is like off to the right side, not centered. Looks really weird. So you're going to want to get another shelf, center them to the monitors, and then get rid of all the boxes. You can keep the cooler, the Xbox 360, all that stuff. That's cool, but you got to spread it out and kind of simplify it, condense. It will be a huge deal. And then also you get more LEDs if you want to kind of like for the center monitor, pop them up, make it look really, really nice. But I think it's just like terrible. Well, the cable management's terrible. I mean, that's just like, come on, man.
You wouldn't even think this would be the same setup with like a red carpet. Like,
yeah,
you would never even think that. Like looking at this, like, there's no red carpet in this setup. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it looks like it wouldn't have that. But man, the cable management, man, you obviously have been to IKEA before. Hook yourself up with like 3 Signums, and that'll help a lot. That just looks like spaghetti gone wrong. So I definitely want to do something about that. So again, at first glance, people that don't know too much about setups are going to look at that photo and they're going to say, that's an amazing setup. He's got a great computer, great monitors, great peripherals, great everything. How is that not 100? And I mean, we just showed the cable management is not good at all. The usability of the monitors, not good at all. Needs to be fixed. Does he have speakers? I don't see any.
Look like it.
So that would be an issue.
He has Beats.
He has Beats. Oh, well, there you go. That takes the points right back. He's good. We don't see headphones that are in use right at your desk, easy to grab, which is another thing. Out of sight, out of mind. In addition to just getting a real theme set, it's hard to find, the positive in each of those categories. So great setup. You have everything you need. All you have to do now is make it pretty. That's all it is. Like you don't need to really spend much. I would say wall mounts and speakers, like little accessories that you should have anyway. But yeah, not a bad setup. Just needs some love. It's kind of like an abandoned dog, adopt it and make it happy again.
Yeah, dogs are great. You just have to, give them a home.
Yeah, they just need a bath. They need some new food, maybe
trim,
a crate,
like a trim.
Yeah, just a little haircut. Do you agree with all that?
No, yeah, definitely. It's just basically, touching it up, making the ugly girl look pretty.
And what's with that lamp? Is that?
It's a real. I don't even know.
Is it even a lamp?
Like,
or is that like some?
I guess it is a lamp, but they just look like cotton balls.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, let's get to the scores once Tom gets back, because it's a lot of setups. There we go. So Kristoffer got a 76, Daniel 66, Joe 84, Kai 74, Frederico 78, Alex 82, Boss 68. The score is kind of all over the place. I don't know if I necessarily agree with them, but it's category by category. Joe got first place, so congrats to him. Very interesting setup. And all these people can spend $0 and get a lot more points. So definitely recommend taking the next step, making it better. But that's it for this episode of Pimp My Setup, episode number 193. Recorded on February 16, 2017. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly. And you can find Tom at Thomas Philly on Twitter. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday!